Hey folks, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you just landed here, do me a favor, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Hey guys, today I wanted to go into what I was talking about before. I'm going to be doing a 5-day fast. I just started it. So my last meal I just had right now, about 10 minutes ago, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. I had half a pound of meat, lightly cooked, and I had 2 eggs, and that's it. So what's my plan for this fast? Well, I'm going to get ripped. More ripped. That's what I'm going to do. Not to say that I'm ripped, but hey, what I'm going to do for you guys too, I'm going to wear the same, I'm going to try to do it the same time every day, wear the same shorts, do the same type of lighting so you can see what's going to happen. Here's what I'm going to do with the fast. I'm going to do 5 days. I'm going to do 1 day of water. So the rest of the time, all the way till about 12 o'clock on Monday, I'll be drinking water. I'll be taking in some salt and a little bit of potassium. I don't know what else that, I don't think I'll take anything else, no apple cider vinegar or anything like that. Primarily be salt and just a little bit of potassium. And then after that, starting 12 o'clock on Monday, I will be doing it dry. So there will be no food, no water for the next 3 days. And I know the first 24 to 48 hours is not so bad. I've done it before, but that last 36 hours on a dry fast can get a little bit unbearable at times. You just gotta work through it. At least it was for me. So, all right, folks, I want to let you know that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to video myself with no shirt on. As you can see my gut. Yeah, I got a gut, a little bit of a gut. But hey, guess what, folks? I'm 50 years old. So here's the deal. I'll do that, and I'll give you a front shot, side shot, and I'm going to weigh myself. So I'll weigh myself, I'll video that, and let you guys see that, and I'll do that every day. All right? So let's see how this goes. Let's see how ripped I'm gonna get. My suspicion is I'm gonna lose somewhere between 10 and 15 pounds. Maybe not, maybe a little bit less. Somewhere between 8 and 15, 8 to 12, 8, 15 pounds, something like that. So we'll see. All right, folks, see you in just a few minutes. About 193 pounds. Hey, good morning, folks. It is Monday morning, September 13th, right around 8 o'clock in the morning. So what I'm going to do, this is the second day of my fast. I'm just coming up on 24 hours of loading myself up with water. I'm going to do that for the next couple hours up till about 11 o'clock, and I'm going to start going dry. And I'll be doing 3 days dry with no water. No food, no water. That's what that means. Dry fasting. That means no food, no water. When I started my fast, I want to put this in. When I started my fast yesterday, I started noticing I was dropping a ton of water. I was going to the bathroom a lot. I don't know if it's because I just went without food. For some reason, I was dropping water. So I'm going to show it to you guys here in a second. I'm going to show you what it looked like. I'm going to go on the scale. I've already actually weighed myself. I've dropped 6 pounds since yesterday. So I've dropped a lot of water. Very, very unusual. I don't know if it's going to stay down there. Probably will. But I'm going to definitely load up on water and throw in some salt and maybe a little bit of potassium. Make sure that I don't lose too much water. But my water level's down quite a bit. I couldn't believe I woke up this morning and lost 6 pounds. All right, folks, I'll see you in just a few minutes. See that? 187.4. And yesterday it was about 193. So that's almost 6 pounds. Whatever you do, make sure you see your medical doctor before you do these 5-day fasts. And definitely dry fast. I don't recommend any of you viewers doing it. Don't do a dry fast. You got to get water fast under your belt. And if you have high blood pressure or any type of diabetes or any of that, you need to go see the doctor for sure. Anybody needs to go see the doctor, especially. Like, I'm 50 years old and I can do it. I know what I am. But I do tell people, I live by myself. I'm single. I live by myself right now. But I'm going to tell people once I start this dry fast, hey, give me a call in the morning. Make sure I wake up type thing. Just to be on the safe side, just in case I don't pass out or anything. Just to let you guys know, you guys should do the same thing too. Don't just do a fast and let anybody know about that. Especially if it's extended fast for like probably 3 days or more, and if it's a dry fast, you gotta let somebody know just in case something happens. All right, now I'm going to go over what does it feel like, or how am I feeling right now. I feel great. I could tell that I've lost a lot of water. It's just, yesterday I was like, wow, you know, I didn't think I was drinking that much, and it was just all going out. So it feels great to actually lose this water. I guess I was holding on to a lot of water, but my body dumped it. So now it's going to be going into just peeling off this. I have 4 more hours. I have 4 more hours of water. I'm going to take some salt. I have some salt right here. I'm going to take some salt, and I have some potassium. This is the potassium that I like to use. It's called Now Potassium Chloride. So I think I got a couple bottles of this for about 15 bucks, and these 2 bottles of it will last you a long time. And that's it. Now also too, if you're gonna do dry fasting, which I don't recommend any of you do, I have it right here, this baking soda, okay? You wanna take that after you end your dry fast, you're gonna start drinking again. This is what you wanna take first. And about a half hour before, just go ahead and you're gonna stop your dry fast, mix it with some water and throw some water in there and drink a bunch of water and put, you know, 1,000 milligrams worth of this in there. You don't want to overdo these salts while you're fasting at all. If you do, you will know. That's a guarantee. If you overdo it, say on this while you're fasting, or on just regular old sodium chloride while you're fasting, you will know, because you'll be in the bathroom within probably 5 to 10 minutes, not sooner. So, all right, folks. I will give you an update if anything else happens between now and the next 24 hours. I don't think anything will. I think everything's gonna go pretty much according to what I expected, because I've done this a few times before. See you in the next one. Hey YouTubers, this is 24 hours since I started the dry fast part of the dry fast, where I'm drinking no water, having no food, no water. So 48 hours so far. Today is, let me check the calendar. Today is the 14th, and I started on the 12th. So no food for 48 hours and dry for the past 24 hours. How do I feel? I'm starting to feel dry, very dry. My mouth is dry. I'm starting to feel the weakness set in, for sure. If this was a water fast, you wouldn't feel that. One of the reasons you start feeling this really, really bad, especially the weakness, and like you might feel the tinglings in your muscles, is because you're not taking in any salts. Food and then also salts are missing too. So the potassium and the sodium. That's one of the biggest reasons I found. So for those of you that, I don't recommend it at all, unless you're very, very sure about your health, but check with your doctor before you do this. When you do a dry fast, then you're going to probably, obviously have to plan it out at the end of the dry fast where you're just trying to rest. One of the things that I found, I'm gonna explain it right now. One of the things I found with fasting, the best time to get all the benefits of the fast are when you sleep. I mean, try to get as much sleep during any of these fasts as you can. If your body wants to sleep 10 hours, sleep those 10 hours. If it allows you to do that, for example, you may have to go to work and you can't do that or something like that. But if you can, try to sleep as much as you can during the fast. That's when the body, that I found through my own personal experience, it does the most repairing and does the most burning of the fat. You can just feel it. You just have that sense about it. Like you have this, you'll notice when you start doing fast and you wake up, it's the best sleep is when you fast. All right, folks, that's it. I only want to take up a couple minutes, and now I'm going to show you what my weight is and what I look like too. And I've lost 10 pounds. I've already weighed myself, but I'm going to show it to you. All right, folks? See you in a minute. There you go. 183.8. All right, folks, there it is. I just weighed myself. Let you know, 180.2 pounds. Okay, folks, yeah, I weighed myself again. I was up there like doing like, it said 173 or something. I got this morning, I checked it out. I don't know, or not 173, 176, 75. And I went over there, I weighed myself, and now it says 181. That's a lot better. I feel a lot more comfortable with that. So I don't plan on breaking the dry fast. I don't think it's necessary now. With that numbers I saw earlier today, I was like, whoa, wait a second, I need to do something here. So I'm not too concerned about it now. what is today? Thursday morning. Yeah, it's Thursday morning the 16th. 3-day on my dry fast. So this is the morning of it. I wanted to show you guys how you break your dry fast. So if you're gonna do, if it's a long dry fast, say more than 48 hours, you don't wanna go into right away eating food. You wanna drink some water first before you do that. That's the only time I'm like a proponent of breaking your fast the right way. If you're doing a water fast, you have to worry about that. Well, it's a little bit different. Make sure you take your salt. But anyhow, this is what you want to use, baking soda right here. This is the first thing you want to use. Mix it with a little bit of water to cool off the kidneys. Your kidneys will start to get hot because you're not drinking any water. Up here, like that's bad for you type things. If you got any kidney issues, you can make sure you check with your medical doctor. But that's the first thing. You only need a little bit of it. Just put a little bit of it in water and drink the water and let your kidneys get cooled off, start introducing more water. So then after that, about 10 or 15 minutes later, or 20, whatever you feel like, throw in a little bit of potassium. This is stuff I like to use right there. Potassium chloride and your regular old table salt, what I got right here. Mix those together, throw that in. If you want some apple cider vinegar, you can do that too, but for the most part, apple cider vinegar is more acidic and everything, I don't need it. And then I just use water. I like to use San Pellegrino, Topo Chico, the carbonated waters is my preference. You don't have to use that. I'm not a big deal about that. I don't have a big deal. But anyhow, I'm gonna show you my weight. And I've already jumped on it real quick to check it out. I'm gonna show you too on video, but it's 179.2. So far over the course of the 4 days, I have lost 14, basically almost 14 pounds. A little bit on the higher end. I didn't think I was gonna lose that much. So do I count that as good news? Not really. It's not a big deal because it's mostly fluid. I'm gonna gain most all this back. I hope to be back up to about 190, 191, somewhere in that range by after the end of this fast, by the end of next week, around there. It'll take a little bit of time, but I don't wanna overshoot and be up to like 200 or something like that. We'll see. What else do I have to say? I got this light in this situation. The light's not very good in here today. I haven't spent a lot of money on trying to make these perfect videos and stuff. I'm not going to. I'm a business person and I'm not going to just throw money at something that doesn't make money. So that's just how I am. Anyhow, do I have anything else to say, folks? I can't really think of it. So I just broke my dry fast. I went ahead and I had what I showed you, the baking soda first. I drank some of that, and then I drank some of the potassium with the salt. And I'm going to be drinking plain water in the middle of the day, or here in a couple hours. I will have some black coffee, it has no calories in it. I'll drink that too. And then probably around 11 or 12 o'clock, somewhere in there, I will have some more salt and some more potassium, a little bit more. So today I'm just loading up on the water and reintroducing the water. That's why I like to do it like that. I think it's a lot safer when it comes to dry fasting. But dry fasting, I don't recommend anybody do that. It's not even recommended. I just do it because I like the challenge. It sucks. Yeah, it sucks. You just like, it's just really sucky. All right, folks. I'll see you in just a second. There it is, folks. 179.2. I haven't weighed under 180 since high school. Hey folks, it is the 17th of September, Friday morning, so it's been 5 days. 1 day water for me, 5-day fast, 5 days of no food, and 3 days of no food, no water. I actually feel pretty good yesterday after I loaded. So yesterday I loaded with water and salt. And right now I am going to show you my weight. All right, you can see there that I've gained weight. And as you can see, I gained a couple pounds, which was to be expected because I loaded myself back up with water. After I started loading up myself with water, I felt awesome. I felt great. I feel like I can go about 4 or 5 more days with no food, to be honest with you. That's how I feel. That's how good I feel. I feel really good. But it's the end of it. My plan was to do 5 days, so I'm sticking to the plan, and I'm not gonna do any more or any less. But today I'm going to show you what I am going to break my fast with. And mine is going to be a little bit different. Here are 2 steaks. I don't have to open them up, but the first thing I'm going to break my fast with are raw eggs. Yeah, raw eggs right here. I'm going to eat them raw and get the raw eggs. And this is, I picked this up a couple days ago. This is raw goat milk. So I'll probably have 1, maybe 2 of these. So I'm gonna get raw goat milk. So I'm gonna get hydration from this, nutrition, proteins and fats, and a little bit of sugars right there. The lactose sugar that's in the milk, and then with the eggs. And I'll probably wait a little bit, maybe about half an hour or so, or an hour, depends on how I feel, and make sure nothing goes crazy. Oh, I also have, this is heart, this beef heart. I'll have a little bit of raw beef heart. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna do to break the fast. So right there, nutrient dense food. Yeah, it's good. Nutrient dense food right there. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. That right there is nutrient dense food. Raw milk, raw eggs, and raw beef heart. You can't beat that when it comes to breaking the fast. The only thing to make that more nutritious is that just beef liver, but that's okay. And then right after that, folks, about an hour, I have 2 New York strips in here, and I have a filet mignon in here. So I'm gonna have 1 New York strip and a little bit of a filet mignon probably. I'm not too sure. I bought some potatoes. Not sure if I make myself some potatoes in lard, real freaking fat potatoes. You know, make like the potato fries in lard. And I have some, this is queso manchego. I was craving it. I saw it at Whole Foods, so I picked it up. I love queso manchego. Sometimes I don't eat raw milk cheese, but I do have some raw milk cheese in there. This might be raw milk cheese, but either way, that's also what I have. And I will be eating more than beyond that today too. So I just have to go see how it goes. But I'm gonna enjoy this meal right now. If you made it all the way to the end, watching my 5-day water fast with 3 days dry in the middle, I appreciate you. At the here in just a little while, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I like to see, don't see, etc. Just to let you guys know. But at the end of the day, how much weight did I lose? Went down to 190, from 193.2 to 181. So I lost about 11 pounds. No, 12 pounds, excuse me. My math isn't right. I gotta get some food in my system. It's 12 pounds. So that's not too bad. I went down below 180 the day before I was on the water fast, so that's to be expected. Gonna gain the weight back. So over the course of next week, I'm expecting to pop up somewhere near 190 pounds over the course of this week. And that'll just, actually, to gain this weight, actually take a little bit of time. A lot of people blow up in one day, but it usually takes me about a week just to get back up there, start feeling normal again. But I want to go over some things too. I want to get this food down and let you guys know. I want to go over some stuff. I'll see you in just a minute. Hey folks, this is the end part of my 5-day water dry fast. I want to go over a few pointers with you just to be sure if you ever wanted to attempt to do this. I would not start attempting to do a 5-day water fast right off the rip. You want to build yourself up. This is the first pointer that I'd make. Build yourself up. Do 12 hour, do an 18 hour, then do a 24 if you want to build up to it. And you don't need to do these things very frequently. The intermittent fasting thing's okay, but doing 5-day fast once a month and things like that, you will find after a period of time that you will start noticing that you're starting to get drained. Like I did a 3-day fast for a week, and then next week 3 days. I took 3 days where I didn't eat food, and on the 4th week I was like dying. I had to stop that whole plan and get food back in me. So just build yourself up. The other thing is too, is I did dry fast in the middle of my water fast, if you want to call it. So it's a water dry fast, and I recommend most people don't do dry fasting. It's too dangerous for most people, and it is very, very difficult. On my dry fast, I felt like crap on day 2. I didn't feel so bad on day 3, but day 1 was okay because just the beginning, the 2nd day. So if you want to do dry fasting, you might want to do short bursts. They do short bursts of dry fasting, like 12 hours or 18 hours, you can get the same thing accomplished doing those short bursts in dry fasting. I've done that before. I had a plan where I wanted to go 3 days. I was thinking about doing maybe 5 days sometime in the future. I don't think I want to really do that, mess with that. That's pretty tough to do a 5-day dry fast. The reason I do water the day before, this is one of the reasons I do a dry fast like this. I don't jump right into a dry fast and then exit out on right to a dry fast. I exit in with water, or I enter in with water, and then I have a day with water. I get some salts in, kind of load myself up with salts and get some water in there, and then I go into the dry fast, kind of get the body prepped. I found that for me, and you can try it too, I found that works a lot better of just sliding right into a dry fast. So then I'll do 2-3 days of dry, no food, no water, and then the last day I'm loading up with water. That's how I gained weight. I was down 179 pounds, and then I got up, gained 2 more pounds on a day that I loaded with water and more salt. And that day I felt great. That was one. Once I got the salts into me, I felt great. I felt like I could go 4 or 5 more days on water fast. To me, water fasts are easy. They're nothing. As long as you have your salt. That's the reason why. The other thing I wanted to say too, that if you're doing any of these fasts, remember, I'm not a medical doctor, so make sure you seek your medical doctor, particularly if you have like high blood pressure, diabetes, or any of these other symptoms or ailments or diseases or anything like that. You gotta make sure to see your doctor. And one of the things that I've learned with doing any type of fasting is if you focus on fasting for health and not for looks, so a lot of people are doing it, hey, I wanna look better, you're really missing the point, in my opinion. I kind of was in the beginning kind of trying to do that too, but then after doing a few of them, I started realizing, hey, you know what? These fasts are not for like trying to look good, even though it can happen. I don't deny that, but fasts are really good for improving your health. So do it for health. Try to incorporate some fasts into your lifestyle. So some people have asked me, hey, well, how many do you do? I usually do now 4 or 5 3-day fasts throughout the year, and one other long one, 5-day, maybe a 6 or 7-day fast in the year. And then I do intermittent fasting along with that. So that's pretty much what I keep it down to, folks. There's a couple things too I wanted, if you do attempt to do a dry fast, you have to start that small too, just like with water fasting. You know, you have to do small increments. So like go 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours with no food or water, and see how that feels for you. See what's going on. One of the things you're gonna notice is obviously your urine's gonna change a little bit, and check that out. The other thing is too, you can build up on those, but I don't recommend anybody doing dry fast, just forget it. Now, the other thing is too, a lot of people, I wanna make this another main point that a lot of people miss with fasting, is they're always focused on the fast. Look, your body, you're not eating any food or drinking any water if you're doing it dry. Your body knows exactly what it needs to do. You might be uncomfortable mentally, and you might feel a little bit weak physically, but your body knows exactly what it wants to do. And what your body really wants to do is just lay down and rest. That's what it really wants to do. So the main benefits you're going to get from the fast is if you can sleep as much as you can. I'm not saying sleep 15 hours a day, but if you can sleep more than normal. So if you sleep 7 or 8 hours, try to go for 9 or take a nap or something like that. Don't do any high level activity on a water fast. So for example, if you're gonna go extended, obviously don't do a bunch of exercise. You're gonna feel good and feel good and feel good, and then you could overdo on the exercise and you could plummet the next day or the day after that. So a lot of people don't think about that. And especially if you do that with a dry fast. So if you do that with a dry fast and you feel good on like day 2 and you're out there like riding a bike and walking around and you're not taking in any water, I mean, you can really sink yourself where you might have to break the fast. You get so exhausted because you've used up all your water and your body can't keep up. That's just my personal opinion, and also through my own personal experience of how it goes. Okay, and then on my fast, I started at a body weight of about 193.2 pounds or something like that. I went as low as 179 pounds after the end of the dry fast. The next day, once I loaded up with salt and some water, I bumped up 2 pounds to 181. I got a bunch of food in my system. I haven't weighed myself. I don't really care about the weight. I really don't use a scale at all for anything. I just don't care about it. But 181. So over the course of the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna slowly probably graduate back up to about 189, 190, maybe 191. I might even go above where I was before, which is not a big deal. I've just found through my own experience, again, dealing with myself and just seeing how things work through life, is our bodies like cycles. So there's a couple people that I really like to watch on YouTube's that I agree with probably 98% of what they say. One's Dr. Berg and the other one's Dr. Ken Berry. Both those guys really know what they're talking about. However, there's one place that I definitely disagree with them. These guys pretty much tell people to be keto all the time. I totally disagree with that. I think it's common sense that our bodies, our metabolism is designed to metabolize fats, obviously proteins, but also carbs. It's designed to do that. So with that said, it's obvious that our body's designed to cycle through. So be keto for some time and then be carbs for a little bit, or however you want to cycle it. Some people, I like to cycle it on a weekly basis. 6 days, no fats, or excuse me, 6 days, no carbs, and then the 7th day I'll load up with carbs. Some people like to go for a month. Some people like to go for 3 months and then do 1 month of carbs. I've done that too before, where I went 3-4 months, no carbs, and then I had a carb month. So it just all depends. I just disagree with them on that. Otherwise, you know, if you watch those two gentlemen, you'll learn quite a bit. And I know some of you that are out there that are probably vegan or something like that are going to disagree with me, but I've already tried a vegan diet. This is not a vegan bashing show. I'm not going to do that. I could just say that it's not good for long-term health. I'm just gonna say that. Is it good for short-term benefits? Yes, there are benefits doing a vegan diet, but I'm not going to go on and on about the vegan diet. You guys can go somewhere else and try to figure things out on your own. So some of the other things too that you probably want to pay attention that a lot of people don't talk about on the YouTubes when it comes to fasting is an indication of your pulse. Now, I've done a lot of research on why your pulse goes up during a fast. Why your pulse goes up during a fast. So the first time I did a 5-day fast, my pulse shot up through the roof up to about 95. So I was just basically laying on the couch or laying in bed. I would check my pulse, and my pulse was 95 beats a minute. My normal pulse rate is from 58 to 62 to 65, something like that. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? And then when I completed the fast, what happened was the pulse still stayed high, and it took about 5 to 7 days for it to go back to normal. And I was trying to figure out what was that. A lot of people will say, doctors will say, it's electrolyte problem, it's potassium problem, it's a magnesium problem, it's a calcium problem, it's this problem. Now I figured it out. Here's what it was. When I did it the first time, I was still very unhealthy. And my metabolism and everything was very unhealthy, and I was going through a lot of stress. The body was stressing out, raising up the heart rate to do what it needs. It's kind of a stress event. And that's what fasting is, especially when you're doing it a long time. It's a stress event on your body. And if you're doing it for the first time, that's why I have to tell people to stair step up into a fast. You know, do 12, 18s, 24s, and stair step up. So going into something like a 5-day fast was like that. So the next time I did it, I tried it like 2 months later, I did a 5-day fast, and I had the same issue, but I recovered quicker. So the way you want to look at it is like this. I don't know if any of you guys were involved in sports when you were younger, but for those of you that know, hey, good on you. You might have done this, checking your pulse. For those of you who don't know, one of the things they had us do as being athletes is we would check our pulse right after we did an event. And then about 30 seconds or 45 seconds later, we would check it again to see how fast the recovery was. Well, then I was like, okay, let me put 2 and 2 together. Like, here's the 5-day fast I was doing, and my pulse was recovered at 7 days. Well, on the next 5-day fast, I basically recovered in 4 or 5. So my body's recovering. With that said, the reason why I'm putting that out there is that if you're a very healthy individual and you see that going on, and you're going to panic and you're thinking all these people are telling you that it's sodium. If you're taking your salts and your sodium and your potassium, maybe a little apple cider vinegar and stuff, you're getting your salts and you're drinking water. You're getting it. It's not going to be the magnesium. It's not going to be the calcium unless you have a really poor diet before going into the fast. It's highly unlikely. It's mostly potassium and the sodium, more than likely. So here's what it is really, is that if you have that bad experience where your heart rate bumps up that high, more than likely it's because you're unhealthy. Even though you might look healthy, but your metabolism is still healthy. The same thing happened to me. I didn't understand it. So for example, I did a very, very stressful event right now. This was a 5-day water fast with 3 days dry in it. And it was very mentally stressful for me and also physically stressful, because at the morning of the third day, I wasn't gonna walk anywhere. I mean, like walking down the street was difficult on the dry fast. But I checked my pulse, and my pulse was only up from 66 to 72, just to see the difference. And that's just telling me, hey, my metabolism is actually healthy, my body's healthy, it's not a big stress event onto my body. So the other thing is that I wanna make a mention to is that not only do you wanna make sure you get plenty of sleep that I mentioned before, earlier in the video, when you're doing a fast, particularly a dry fast, if you want to pay close attention to after your fast is very important too. And a lot of people just blow this off. You want to make sure you eat very, very good, clean foods. You know, some of these people go and eat juices and just power these liquid juices and stuff, and they're just dumping freaking sugars down their body the first thing. It shouldn't be that. What do you think? Your body wants to rebuild itself. It needs high quality proteins and it needs to get those fats in too. Also too, I'm not against the carbs. I put in carbs in. I have a potato behind me that I've already had one. I'm gonna have another one, maybe even some rice. But I'm gonna use I want the carbs to come in this week too. Not only, I'm not planning on gaining fat, but I wanna go anabolic. And that's really how, you include the carbs and the fats and the proteins in there. You're going pushing your body into anabolism. So I wanna get that done as soon as possible. But also there's a recovery period too. So basically, what I do go by when it comes to fasting is if you do a water fast, count that as 1 day. So a 5-day water fast, you're gonna take 5 days to recover from it. More than less. It just all depends on who you are. If the older you are, the more time it's gonna take. The younger you are, a little bit less time. But for me, I've just found that 5 days of water fast, then you're gonna need at least 5 days to recover. If you throw in dry fasting, you're gonna multiply that by 3. So if you have 1 day of dry fasting, you need 3 days to recover. 2 to 3 days at least 2 days. So with my recovery, I'm not gonna do any exercise, I'm not gonna do anything for the next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, for about 10 days. 10 days, don't do anything, let your body recover. Actually, at this point, you probably wanna eat a little bit extra after your fast. All right, folks, if you made it all the way in, I do appreciate it. And don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.